So Dave Quinn, who used to write for People, and he's been involved in the Bravo world for quite some time. He's been on Bravo shows even. I don't know if you guys know that. He was on the Bravo game show in the taxi cab and all that. Anyway, so Dave launched this book, Not All Diamonds and Rosé. I guess, the implication of this book is that it isn't always great to be on this show. I think that's what he's saying. And I know that they took the quote from something, but I haven't actually established with Dave that the quote legitimately came from what people are saying. I'm going to ask him about that. Anyway, you guys should know that I did interview for that book. I think I did a 2-hour interview with Dave on that book. Now, I don't know if I made the cut because you know that I don't know if Andy would let me be in the book. Even if he interviewed me, he might cut me right out and edit me out. Anyway, I know that's so funny. But if I'm cut out, then we know Andy had a say in the edit, which we know he did anyway. But then you need to read it with a little bit of care because you need to kind of think about why are they presenting certain people in one way and certain people in another way. Remember, it's still an edit. It's a book, but there's still an edit, okay? So just saying. But anyway, it'll be interesting to see. That will be a huge indicator to me about the book when I see if that happened. Not from an ego's perspective. I just mean from the perspective of like how much they edited the book, right? So anyway, we know that Andy Cohen's new publishing company, I think it's a new one, published this, which I'm interested to see, how this book goes. So rumor has it that Andy Cohen invited all the housewives that were interviewed for the book to the party, but he didn't invite me. Wonder why. I do feel slighted, I'm not gonna lie, but I'll get over it. So Page 6 reports this story that they had a source that told them that when Eboni Williams went to the party, all of the Real Housewives of New York women that were there together, which I believe it was Ramona, Luann, and Leah, had all formed some sort of pact, and I guess was joking about it, that they were going to abruptly leave when Eboni Williams showed up at the party to kind of, I guess, make a public stand on the way they feel about Eboni. I can only imagine that would be why they would do that, right? Now, a lot of people reached out to me on Instagram when I promoted this article because they said to me, wait a minute, I thought Leah and Eboni K. Williams were thick as thieves, like they were good friends for years. Why would Leah suddenly switch to the other team of like the anti-Eboni people, i.e., Luann and Ramona, although they've publicly kind of gone back and forth on this, right? Well, not Luann, but Ramona's been like, no, we're friends. No, we're not. We went to lunch. No, we didn't, So anyway, I wanted to shed some light on this because I'm not sure if you guys are aware that it's already come out that Eboni K. Williams did not know Leah before shooting the show. That friendship that they presented on the show was completely fabricated. And this was said and acknowledged by Heather, who confirmed Heather Thompson went on Behind the Velvet Rope. Actually, David and I talked about it. And she confirmed to him that a lot of different truths. I actually have already done a YouTube video highlighting some of the really amazing things she said on that show because she has kind of turned, in a sense, on Bravo and the whole experience. So she's willing to spill the tea now. I'm sure her podcast has done that quite a bit. I need to listen to it more than I have been. I need to reach out to Heather. I actually really enjoy collaborating with Bravo people that are like no longer involved with Bravo because they're willing to share more information. Otherwise, they're so censored, it just is the way it is. So it's probably time to hang out with Heather now. Okay, Heather Thompson. So anyway, Heather goes and says to him, I know for a fact that Eboni and Leah had no relationship prior to the show and it was completely fabricated. Oh, here's some more tea for you guys. Brandi Glanville did not know Adrienne Maloof as they represented on the show The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills season 2, when she comes in the room and supposedly she's friends with Adrian and Adrian's invited her and boom, here she is in the group. She wasn't friends with Adrian Malouf. Adrian didn't know really Brandy. So that was, again, another instance where they, I call it, they drop a grenade on the cast. Where someone from the outside is brought in, but they're really no one. And then they build a storyline as to how they knew someone in the group. And obviously the housewife who they do that with goes along because they want to be supportive to what the producers want. So I know this happens too because it happened on my season with Brandy Glanville and Adrian Malouf. So I totally believe what Heather Thompson said, that Leah didn't know Eboni, and it would explain why Leah dropped her like a hot potato. Now, Leah doesn't have, between you and me, the best reputation. Like, I get sent crazy stuff about Leah. So I'm like, I don't know what to make of this Leah girl. Okay, she sounds like really like a strange bird. That's all I'm going to say. But I guess she's integral to the success of Real Housewives of New York. I don't know. I've never been a fan of hers. By the way, feel free to send me more stuff about Leah. Wilkie_Dana, Instagram. Okay. So what else was I going to tell you guys on this? Oh, so Eboni went to the party, didn't really care, danced her butt off. I don't think she's at all fazed by the Real Housewives of New York or the women. I think it served her purpose. I've always said she was using it for a platform. I don't think she cared how long the platform lasted, frankly. As far as the Real Housewives of New York women are concerned, the rumor was that they, blamed her for the bad ratings. And so they are pissed. They don't want to lose their positions on the show. And of course, with no reunion, they also lost money because they're paid a separate fee to do the Real, Housewives of New York reunions. They were probably upset that they didn't get that paycheck either. And it's also a time where you can It's also a time that you could correct things that, you weren't happy about that went down on the show and you want to clarify things to the fans. Well, they were denied that opportunity. If you're wondering why suddenly it's nighttime and I'm outside, that's because I just went through my video and I realized I didn't finish it. So I'm doing it where I am, and my son is playing parkour right now with his friends in the park. And I'm having a wine cooler, and I'm watching them play parkour and, finishing this video. Happy Saturday night. Okay, you guys, so subscribe if you like this content and share it. And please feel free to send me gossip on Wilkie_Dana. I always use it to some degree or another once I validate it. I wanted to remind you guys that I'm doing another Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion part 3 this Wednesday, October 27th at 10:05 p.m. East Coast time and 7:05 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's going to be live. We have like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people in the room. We're all drinking wine. We're all talking about the show. I usually drop some tea that I heard and, throw a few golden nuggets into the conversation. Last week was ridiculous. I mean, the stuff that came out last week, I didn't even mean to say, but when the wine sets in. What else? I don't know. Join us for this party. And if you miss it, it's recorded so you can hear the gossip and commentary. I am a little confused by why Heather Thompson said that Sonia Morgan let men put cigarettes out on her coochie. I don't get that. I don't even see a scenario where that is possibly happening. So I'm trying to imagine how Heather found that out. Did Sonia say it to her? I'm kind of into BDSM and I like when men do naughty things to me and put cigarettes out on my coochie. Or was it something she actually witnessed, at a party? Sonia was I have a party trick. Let me take my coochie out and you can put a cigarette out on it and watch, it won't hurt me. I'm trying, please. Do you have any idea? I don't want to be X-rated on the comments below because I could get in trouble, but how did this come about? What do you guys think? How did this happen? How did Heather find out? Or is she lying? Let me know.